Well, this is a significant development because it means that Russia has now fully under control Luhansk region of Ukraine. Donbass is, a generic name which comprises two regions, Donetsk and Luhansk. And one of those regions, as I mentioned, Luhansk is now fully under Russian control. About half of Donetsk region is also under Russian control. And it is expected that the next Russia's moves and offensives will be actually in Donetsk regions, trying to bring under its control the key cities of Slovyansk and Kramatorsk.
Well, Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese made an unannounced visit to Kyiv. It's the latest in a long line of leaders and even celebrities who've made similar visits. Tell us, are these helpful to Ukraine?
Absolutely. This not only boosts the Ukrainians' morale because they see the Ukrainian people who have been resisting, this brutal invasion for 4 months already. They see that they are not alone, that there is support from the leaders of the free and democratic world. And also it's important that the leaders do not come empty-handed, that they announce new military assistance to Ukraine, and the assistance that Australia announced on this visit of the Australian Prime Minister is really significant. Bushmaster armored vehicles are very much appreciated by Ukrainian armed forces. They are really making a difference on the front line. And also the pledge of Australia to participate in post-war reconstruction of Ukraine is also very important. It's important to be already, making these plans and arrangements for the future, because that's what keeps also Ukrainians fighting, and resisting, knowing that brighter future is ahead.
Well, Prime Minister Albanese also announced sanctions and travel bans on a further 16 Russian ministers and oligarchs and an end to imports of Russian gold. What impact will this have?
Well, this is definitely important too, because simultaneously with support to Ukraine, there should be punishment for Russia for the brutal war crimes it is committing during this unprovoked, unjustified invasion of Ukraine. So cutting ties with Russia, stopping by Russian products such as gold would undermine the funding to the Russian war machine. So it is very important that Australia is joining the sanctions that were previously announced by some other Western countries, and in the same vein, sanctioning Russian decision makers, people who are close to them, is also a powerful sign that Russia does not belong to civilized world, that, it should be stopping its aggression against Ukraine if it doesn't want to be kicked out of the club of civilized nations.
Well, you were recently at the NATO summit where members vowed to support Ukraine for as long as it takes, but is the level of support enough?
It's very important that these support pledges are coming, that NATO countries are committed to support Ukraine as long as it takes, as they themselves said. And Ukraine very much appreciates the support that is coming in the form of military assistance and financial assistance and other forms of assistance. What is needed is, of course, more urgent weapons supplies, because we are seeing Ukrainian forces are suffering losses now in eastern part of the country, while they, have some successes in other parts of the country that also should be mentioned today. For example, a Ukrainian flag has been reinstalled in a Snake Island in the Black Sea that has been recaptured by Ukrainians last week. So returning to my point, it's crucial that these weapons that were promised to Ukraine keep coming, and it's crucial that they keep coming fast so that Ukraine does not lose more territory and is able to launch counteroffensive and recapture the territory that legitimately belongs to it.
And Olga, just to bring our viewers up to date, Russia has accused Ukraine over explosions which reportedly killed 3 people in the city of Belgorod. What do we know about this?
Well, we don't know much. In fact, we know what Russian officials have said. Ukrainian officials have not commented on the matter. And there were reports in the media that actually parts of a Russian-made Panzer missile were found among the rubble in Belgorod. This missile is only in possession of Russian armed forces. Ukrainian military does not have in its possession. So it is likely that it might have been a false flag attack. But again, we don't have enough information, verified information to make reliable conclusions, because obviously what Russian officials say cannot be fully trusted.
Olga Tokariuk, thank you so much for updating us.
Thank you.